This is part 2, the conclusion of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
G'day, folks. Welcome to the Binaural Cafe, where we explore an amazing variety of sounds captured in the wildest places and spaces. And we do it all in immersive sound for earphones. The special on the board today is, planes, trains, and cars. Automobiles.
I'm amazed at what this Neumann head Fritz here can pick up. You know, we were listening to the traffic earlier, and you're talking about the brain, what it kind of rejects when you're in a more of an intense kind of a stress mode. When we're relaxed like this and listening back to it, you hear all the detail, and this thing is just, man, the quality.
Yeah, the KU100 is an amazing binaural microphone. When I first started working in binaural, I made my own. Typically, people use DPA little mini Omni mics because they're really good quality. And I, got the ear pieces made out of latex from an ear store. It was a hearing aid store, and then just used a dummy head, and it was effective. But this KU100, there's a reason it's quite expensive, and I've dragged this thing on river trips and up mountains into jungles and into deserts, and it's kind of crazy to go so many places with this. It's about $8,000 US, the mic. Yeah. So you're taking a pretty expensive piece of gear, but like you say, the results are amazing.
It's incredible. I mean, it takes you right there. And, we don't have any visual to work off of. Yeah. It's all auditory. So that's incredible in itself. And
to that point, the next set of recordings along the topic of planes, trains, and automobiles, which we appear to be working backwards through that title, is the fact that in binaural, you can also record elevation. It's not just surround, it's spherical sound. So when you close your eyes, you actually can hear things up and over your head or down below you, as demonstrated by this next set of recordings. So you can hear them. There's still a couple more here, different planes, but they're right over your head.
Herein lies the magic of immersive audio for me, and in particular, just with binaural. This isn't just about immersion, as you were saying earlier, Matthew. This is on a horizontal plane. This stuff is on top of you or below you as well. You're in a sphere. And when you're dealing, with just two transducers, we just still have two speakers on our ears.
Right.
You're still getting, somehow the brain is converting this to up and down as well. That's amazing to me.
It's the neat part about it. Kind of makes you remember that sound is physics, and it's energy hitting your head and interacting with the shape of your head and your ears. So by creating a human head-shaped microphone, we capture what's called an HRTF, head-related transfer function, how that energy is transferred through the air and to your eardrums. So this microphone, being head-shaped with its very detailed ears, does the work for your head. And then the recording presents that to your brain.
It's incredible. And I think this is why technologies like Atmos and binaural are getting so popular. But I don't think that the general consumer understands this yet, that just with a pair of regular headphones, you can get up and down as just as easily as you can get left and right, in front of you, behind you.
True, and it didn't probably matter so much before, when we were first starting to make music, decades ago. But now with most people, 85% of people are intaking their music over earphones, headphones. And so this is a great opportunity to be able to present binaural and Dolby Atmos and other immersive formats.
Yeah.
Because most people are now experiencing that. Likewise, non-immersive audio, so just standard stereo mixes, are kind of claustrophobic over earphones. They're in your head. Hence, I believe, this is the time to roll out immersive audio to sort of relieve people of that in your head effect, that
Claustrophobic effect.
Yeah, that non-immersive music is providing. I do. Sorry, go ahead, Paul.
Well, I was just going to say that there's, we've been talking about binaural music for a long time now, and I've always sort of been, one to just listen to it on speakers. I don't really use headphones to listen to it. And I've always said, how many people are actually doing that? But then I just got some noise canceling AirPods. And I tell you, I'm listening to almost everything now on those.
Right.
Because it helps me to shut off the rest of the world and concentrate, and sounds great.
Yeah, we're like us old dogs are a bit behind the times. You look around you and everybody's got earpods, earbuds in there.
In fact, I think it's the majority.
I'm starting to get that.
When I mix down for on the music side of things in Atmos, I'm spending most of my time working in binaural, right, and listening to the binaural feed, because that's where arguably 60 to 80% of our consumers are listening to music now. It's with headphones.
Right, and not this. Yeah, even when I'm listening to the TV now, I've got my AirPods in.
Is that right?
Just connect to the Apple TV. Yeah.
Right.
So.
And the other thing I've noticed is when you listen to binaural music, like when I listen back to my own mixes, and I'm outside walking around, because there's so much going on out there. I'm not in a small space. I'm in the open world.
Right.
It seems to expand the binaural sound field of what I'm hearing. Suddenly I feel like those instruments in the binaural mix are even further from me, because there's a lot of psychosomatic stuff going on.
Right.
I'm in a wide open space, and so my brain is saying, well, those instruments could be happening, and if they were, they'd probably be further away.
Yeah. Right.
So I do a lot of, as you guys know, I do a lot of river expeditions and such. And one thing I've really loved where planes are concerned is the departing of the plane. When it'll fly you into some really remote place, and you're going to have 2 to 3 weeks of paddling to get home again. And when that plane leaves, and you hear it dimming into the distance, and then you're left with just the sound of nature, it's a really dramatic experience, and I want to share that with you. This is a double otter taken off from Duo Lakes at the headwaters of the Wind River in the Peel River watershed.
You want to yell out to those guys to shut up?
So we're standing on the shore, and the plane's firing up to say goodbye. So of course the plane first has to taxi way out onto the lake. And you're just left there. And I have, stood there listening to that sound so many times, because it harkens in, this reality of weeks of paddling to get to where you're going. You are on, there ain't no other way out.
Right.
So continuing down the aerial category, one thing that I really love the sound of are helicopters, and I love flying in them. Now, I've recorded lots of helicopter sounds in binaural. I've also recorded the interior, and for those people that haven't had a chance to be in a helicopter, I thought I'd just share that with you, just to give you a sense of what that sounds like.
In the cockpit.
Inside the craft. And it's interesting because that rotor shaft that the big propeller is on is right in the middle of the cockpit. Just dropping away and you're hovering and then you're moving swiftly. But by far the best sound of helicopters, in my opinion, is when you're outside of one and it flies right over your head. That was Jamie Tate piloting that, Paul. You may know Jamie from Atlin in BC. He's an amazing helicopter pilot and took us to some stunning places. So yes, there's one mode of transportation that we just jumped right over from in the beginning, and that was after walking. Next would have been on a
canoe.
That's not a canoe. What is that? What is that, Paul?
A camel.
It's a camel.
It's a horseback.
Yes, it's horseback.
Right.
Horse riding, of course, is a pretty critical mode of transportation. And
I wonder, would it have been the camel or the horse?
I guess it depends on where you were.
That's a question.
And there's one place in the world where you're going to find horses and automobiles side by side, and that is during the Mongolian horse races. So this is on the plains. The steppe of Mongolia, where each horse competitor and rider are accompanied by their support team in every kind of vehicle imaginable. Again, you know, in binaural, you can just, the distance of the horses from left to right as they go by is quite clear. And it's what I love about sound and culture. Different sounds, they only happen in certain places.
Yeah.
So I hope I've got some Mongolian fans out there that are listening to this and go, oh, it takes me right back to the steppe. Talk about a smorgasbord of sound.
A lot going on there.
A lot to unpack. Well, as we do with every episode, we close with a song from the binaural album Full Circle, which is it's produced in a new format called Full Circle Sound, based on a combination of binaural recording and binaural impulse response spatial acoustic affecting. Kind of complicated, but it's unique, and we're the only ones that have done it. And this song is called Angel at the Station, and I thought I'd end with this because it's actually about being in a train and an experience I once had, and so seems suitable for the episode. Thank you very much for listening again, and keep your ears open for new episodes of the Binaural Cafe. Hope to see you next time.
Take the last train after midnight, ride the rhythm of the rails, flying high into the darkness. Relentless wind is in my sails, and though we're pushing ever onward, seems we'll never find the dawn. Though my heart is growing weary, these iron horses thunder on. When it seemed that all was lost, the burden of this cross I bear has grown too heavy for my heart. Up ahead I see the sign, a station there upon the line, and she is looking back at me. But does she really see me? She is my angel at the station, sent from heaven up above. Inspires the greatest adoration. She's all I'm dreaming of. She is my angel at the station. She's warm and tender as a dove. She brings the sweetest revelation and fills my heart with love, yeah. Outside, the world has turned to darkness. My reflection looking back at me, looking back to the beginning of how this journey came to be. I always knew there was a reason. This music burned within my heart. Though I heard the orchestration, I never really knew my part. I did not doubt or hesitate. I took it all to be my fate, a predetermined destiny. When it all is said and done, I'll ride that train into the sun and pray she's waiting there for me. Pray that she will see me. She is sent from heaven up above. Inspires the greatest adoration. She's all I'm dreaming of, yeah. Of all I've sacrificed, I'm caught between the fire and ice of all I hoped I could achieve. Just like the stations of the cross, with every mile I feel the loss of light shining down on me, when suddenly I see she is my angel at the station. She's warm and tender as a dove, brings the sweetest revelation, and fills my heart with love, yeah.
We're done? Like done? Sweet!
We'd like to thank the government of Yukon for sponsoring in part this program, and look forward to seeing you soon in the Binaural Cafe. I'm Matthew Lien.